I'll support people that support us, and if you don't, well, shit. You know, we're trying to have equal capability, so we're gonna try and get that shit however we can.
Yeah.
Like, that's the truth of it. And, you know, I don't want to be supporting fucking, you know, Chinese concentration camp slaves putting together, like, almost equivalent Wilcox mounts to the real thing.
Yeah, but
But
that being said, I do think a lot of I had a brief little peer into that world from a friend of mine, and there is very much like a tier that is like, I don't know, like Uyghur Muslims being whipped in the back to create things, but generally it's not that kind of stuff. Normally that's just like autistic Asian airsofters creating a market, and like, I don't know, like Jimmy Chen's cousin in Hong Kong has access to a CNC shop, and his cousin, they're both autistic airsofters, and his cousin gets his hand on an actual G24, and they both break ITAR to get it over and get all the parts scanned. It's actually really funny to see how that whole ecosystem works. But generally, it's just like guys in Hong Kong that really like airsoft, that want to make things that you can't really get on the market, and then they get mass produced. I don't think it's as much of a, like, this is made by an 8-year-old after she left the Nike factory.
oh my god, Nathan, you pinko fucking communist apologist.
Okay. I am no friend of China. Hong Kong is kind of cool. I've been to Hong Kong, but I do not count.
Hong Kong is kind of cool.
You're listening to the Art and More podcast with your hosts, Nathan and B.R. Nathan is a Canadian illustrator with a couple years of military experience, and B.R. is a British anarchist that moved to the States. Both are passionate shooters and community builders. Together, they run the Seaburn art page. Enjoy the show.
Alrighty. Hello.
Hello, welcome back to the Art and War podcast. I'm Nathan. This is
Yeah,
dude, I've
the
been
one
awake
you've
for
been
so
doing episode.
long.
Oh god, yeah, I know, dude.
I was trying to think of something snarky and kind of off the cuff to say, then I lost it because you can't really force these things; they just have to come out naturally.
Amen. So, guys, we'll just get right to the point. This is going to be a slightly shorter episode than usual. We'll, I apologize for abandoning you on your car ride, your commute, your shift at work a little bit earlier than usual. But Nathan and I,
I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry. It's a busy week, gang. Nathan's family's in town. We're doing the Idaho thing this week, so I'm literally recording this. I have my half-packed bag right behind me, and I'm leaving for the airport in 6 hours.
I really want you to meet my family because I think it would have been hilarious.
Are they going to be out of town by the time I get there?
They've already left.
Damn it! No.
Yeah, sorry.
Nathan, who's this little white boy?
They oh dude, it was so fucking funny. Just their reactions to everything. And by the end, my mom's like, oh, okay, so she came here basically with every negative CNN stereotype in her head. It's like, and I think because of that, they planned on their trip here basically to see me, then turn and burn. And by the last day, we're getting breakfast right before they leave, and she's showing my dad properties to buy.
What?
She's like, oh, well, why don't we retire here? Like, this place is so nice.
That's kind of cool.
That is actually really fucking cool.
You show them any off-color shit?
Weirdly, no. I tried to behave kind of for everyone's sake. But I did get in a couple I told you so's. And I did get a, please, if you move here, do not vote. Do not vote. By for God's sake. Do not vote on local
are wrong.
Yeah. On local or federal politics, do not fucking vote.
You will get us hate crimed.
Yeah.
So, did you do anything like chiefly American with them? You take them to Waffle House?
I forced my dad to visit a Harbor Freight.
Hey, there you go. At least it was that.
Yeah. But sadly, we didn't have a chance to go shoot. And my aunt and uncle were also there. God, she saw me take off a carry gun. Like, the very end of the day, you know, show them my office and stuff. And, you know, I discreetly go to the corner and just, like, pull it off my belt and, you know, put it on the table. I turn around, my aunt, like, God love her, she's great, but she's also, like, a first-generation immigrant who lives in Toronto. So, like, fucking Canada's New York. And she has a look on her face. And, like, this is a woman I've never argued with, you know, just the nicest lady in the world. And she has a look like she's about to puke all over my shoes. And at that point, I had to just fuck with them. So,
when my family's visiting, I might have said this on the show like a while back, but my mom, both my parents were visiting, and we went to some like hole in the wall Mexican place in Phoenix, and you know it's good Mexican when like you can't read the fucking menu because it's all in Spanish, and the place looks like it was built like 50 years ago, and it's in ruins. Like that is gonna be fucking killer Mexican. So we're in
Yes,
there and we're ordering, and this guy walks in with like a fucking dumbass shoulder holster with like a short 1911 in it. It was like a concealed carry 1911 that he was open carrying in a shoulder holster. It was quite the sight.
based.
And then he had two mags
This
based.
fucking like Galco thing.
Oh god, don't say that fucking name. That company needs to fucking go into the ground already.
Yeah,
Um no, so my mom's just like fucking massive eyes wide, looking
yeah.
at this thing like, oh my god, what? Why? And I just pull up my shirt and show my mom my Glock and spare mag, and she's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I love that, and it kills me too. It's my aunt and family were like, "Oh no, we really have to lock up early, and crime's gotten so bad, and I don't know what I'm going to do." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm carrying a gun, and I think the last murder here was in 2015." Like I not including the one that everyone knows about. Living somewhere that is objectively safer, and probably about 60% of the population's got something.
Dude, like after that, I mean, whenever I'm on the phone with my mom, like I always show, like I'll often like be taking off my gun or whatever, or it'll just be around. But after that, like every single time we would be, I don't know, me and my dad would go for like a short hike or something. I'd and she might be staying in the car for like a few minutes while we go off and do some dumb male shit like hike up a cliff face we shouldn't be
Based.
while on a road trip. Yeah, hey, we need to go look at this rock. We'll be right back. And then
Yeah.
as we're leaving, I'd be like, "Do you want my gun?" And every single time, I don't know why in that fucking like dumb quasi Kiwi accent, but every single time, "Do you want my gun? Hey, mum, do you want my gun?" Just,
How does she react?
just annoyed.
Yeah, I just
Or
figured it's
but
like,
by the end, smiling, which is a win.
yes, that's a win. Normalizing it, like making it not scary, is a win. That's kind of my goal with my family. When they visit more, is just like surround them with firearms in otherwise totally normal and innocuous situations.
Oh, dude. I mean, like, it's weird because my mom, she's always been around guns as long as she's been married to my dad, but, like, he wasn't carrying a handgun everywhere. It's, like, a
Yeah.
slightly different. And I'm so fucking lackadaisical about it. Like, completely safe,
Yes, of
obviously.
course.
But I'll just
No,
pull my
I
whole
only
fucking holster
like,
out and hold it like that fucking, what is it? Police Academy meme?
yeah. You don't taste test in front of them. That's for the comfort of your
No.
own home.
Yeah, that's just for the boys.
Yeah. Usually I do it in the shower.
Oh, a certain no, I can't share that one. Fuck.
No, do
Actually,
it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
okay,
Do it.
well, it's someone
Do it.
else's thing, but
Well, don't
um,
dox them or anything.
no, I'm not
but
gonna dox them. A gunsmith friend was talking about about doing they have, for the record, they have a very tight restriction on ammo being in the same room as the room they're working in, but doing a taste test.
Taste.
just on the hour, just to turn to their buddies and do it like a quick little taste test.
Just a YouTube video of just like, yes, just like a wine tasting kind of thing.
Click. Yeah. But
Like this pair nicely with a good port.
yeah, I'm just making that shit up though. That's referencing no one in particular. But no, dude, like we got a lot of shit going on, but we're having fun. This Idaho thing's gonna be awesome. I want to see Idaho
I
in
can't
general,
wait.
selfishly.
Yes, every single person who's come to visit me has been like, yes, I would live here. Please,
Fuck.
I want to live here.
My lady's like Idaho. I was like, okay, hear me out. We checked out Wyoming in the winter. It, I don't get me wrong. I like Wyoming, but it is like basically a barren tundra in winter. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
we for anyone who doesn't know this, I'm pretty sure me and Mitch talked about it at some point. But me and Mitch, you were meant to come with us too back
Yeah,
then.
I couldn't allocate the time and money.
Yeah, yeah. But we were looking just at Wyoming as potentially a place to do the whole land share, homesteading, and
Yeah,
then build a fucking studio thing.
yeah,
Um, and we were looking in South Wyoming, just over the border from Colorado, and man, it was beautiful, but just like a little bit too empty. So I'm
yeah.
curious if Idaho is like maybe a step up from that because like
Oh,
you know
dude, very many steps up from that. It's never just a frozen tundra. There is stuff to do here. There is infrastructure. There's enough BLM land you can just fucking go shoot on. There is
beautiful.
every biome. Like every biome is a driving distance.
Mm. That's what I really miss about Arizona because Arizona you could drive basically in any direction. I mean, if you could live in Phoenix, a city that defies God with the fucking heat, and
Yeah,
in the winter you can drive 3 4 hours to Flagstaff and ski. Now I
yeah,
can't ski. I just bounce down the mountain, but I do like to see snow every now and then. So even when I was a desert rat, we could go up and play in the snow, do some rocking with overwhites and be like, hey, us too, Arizona boys. But man, I Appalachia, I miss the desert, dude, and I miss BLM land.
yes.
Like,
There is
fuck.
desert here. Boise
Yeah,
is basically just like North Utah,
I kind of dig
minus
that because
some
I
of the
am a desert
Mormons.
rat. Like,
Yeah,
I left a rainy island for like wilderness, fucking cactus, barren. Just like I know I can look in that direction, and there's at least 3 kilometers where there's not a soul, fucking minimum. So just going out there and casually doing, not crazy long distance shooting, but quite happily doing 500 yards, no issue. And you can do further if you have a rifle for it, but so far only had like shooting out uh on that kind of like doing that kind of shooting with 223
yeah,
as of
dude.
yet to
I
make a
want to.
jump to a precision rifle.
Yeah, or start buying 77s because they're actually affordable now.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, dude. That's I guess something worth discussing is like we are really like and quietly hitting a like economic crisis. Like
Yeah,
no one's really talking about it. We all
dude.
feel like there's
Haven't you
something
seen the
not
news?
great
No,
in the
no,
air.
we're doing great.
Oh,
We're doing
oh
great.
yeah. The fucking markets shit the bed for sure.
Yeah, I like how it's like, well, at least the markets are doing good, and we managed to get out of this recession really easily, and like next week the markets just crash.
Oh fuck! I just shared on my story something. It was a tweet from some guy going like, "Hey, I just got into stocks. When the CEO of Intel is praying, that's good, right?" And
Yeah,
it's like, oh fuck, like I don't know. Maybe I am not familiar with this individual. It would be a very good meme to just retweet that if they regularly post prayers
yeah.
with the circumstances, but like fuck, dude.
I
I'm
haven't
so
actually.
glad I'm not much of a stock guy.
Oh God, same. I think I mentioned this before. I bought into the GameStop thing when that was happening, but
That
that's
was a
mostly
move.
just because I saw like a bunch of bankers
Tickle.
themselves on the internet, and I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I
Yes.
want to contribute.
Like you
I'm doing my
using
part.
populism to
Tickle.
bankers base.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I made enough money to buy a pretty nice scope and some other stuff.
Happy days. My fucking my future father-in-law, he put like a good couple grand. I can't remember if it was Doge or Bitcoin or both. Like he's a little bit ahead with what he invests in. He's a clever dude. And he hit like I said, I can't remember if it was Doge or it wasn't Bitcoin because I would have been way more impressed. He hit Doge like really heavy
Oh, that's good.
and came out on top. He put like minimum 4 grand into it when it was super cheap, which like I don't know why. Man's a little bit of a savant, I guess, but yeah, he made some decent cash off of that.
Yeah,
But yeah, shit's getting a little tighter like right before the
shit's
election.
getting
Where
weird. Part
oh
Infinity
fucking
or whatever the fuck that guy does.
oh
Yeah,
my god, there's like 6 latest things that have happened this week. Like
yeah.
fucking Ukraine made a push into Russia. You see that?
No, I have not seen anything. I've genuinely have barely been home, much less on my
Oh,
phone, much
no, that's good.
less. Yeah, like half the places I went with my parents did not even have cell service.
That's good. That's good. But fucking yeah, Ukraine pushed into Russia, which like
Oh,
ballsy, and I respect it. They've been fucking you. It's time to get on top.
yeah,
But yeah, spicy. You know, that whole war was basically looking like it was like it was 1916 again, and now it's like, oh, you're gonna you're actually gonna push back and do a little bit of maneuver warfare. Kind of sick.
it's
Um,
interesting, but at the same time, like I have become so dead to all of the news that comes out of there because it's so. Remember when it was the whole, and I think I said this when it started. It really felt like a, come on, boys, war's gonna be over by Christmas thing.
no, it
And now
100% did.
we're on like year 3, and every time there's a big thing, I'm just like,
Dude,
okay,
we're on
all right,
yeah, we're on the official year 3, but that shit kicked off in 2014 with the Little Green Men
yeah,
and the separatists and shit.
yeah,
Like
like this has been kind of a geopolitical storm that was a long time coming.
yeah, it's like already a if you think of that shit, not the official invasion, but it's already been a pretty long conflict. As far as like, since the bloodshed started and then just escalating to a full scale war. Yeah, 3 years deep, and now we have guys with lasers and nods and shit up to their knees in mud, sitting in a trench, just shelling each other. So kind of full fucking circle.
Yeah,
This week's episode is brought to you by Two Grunts Inc. Two Grunts Inc. is a veteran-owned and operated rifle manufacturer crafting firearms with professionals and prepared citizens in mind. All of their parts and components are developed, tested, and manufactured to perform using the most standard of mil-spec 5.56 ammunition. Purpose-built work guns is their motto, and rifles made to last is their ethos. With high-end components and materials used in all of their rifles, like their 4150 CMV nitride-treated barrels utilizing a 223 Wild chamber and a 1-in-8 twist, optimized for both M855 and M193 ammunition, achieving 1 MOA or better with most manufactured mil-spec ammos. Bolts made out of 9310 super alloy steel and carriers made from shot-peened 8620 steel, maximized for increased toughness, wear resistance, and strength. Each and every part has been meticulously thought out, deliberately tested, and expertly manufactured and installed. Each rifle also comes standard with a 45 or 90 ambidextrous fire controls, gas buster, ambi charging handles, and many other high-end functional parts. Check out their website, twogruntsinc.com, that's TWO as in 2, and GRUNTS as in rifleman by trade, INC.com, to purchase one of their rifles, or other parts for sale. Use the code CBRN, that's Charlie Bravo Romeo November, to get $50 off your order. That's CBRN to get $50 off your order. Be sure to also check out their Instagram and YouTube at 2grunts_inc to learn more about them, their rifles, and their other products. Once again, that's code CBRN to receive $50 off your entire purchase at 2grunts.com. Thanks guys for listening. Now let's get back to the show.
sorry, the dog was eating a zip tie.
Oh, okay, that's not the problem I thought it was.
Oh, what do you think it was?
I thought it was the kitten.
Oh, the kitten walked in with a zip tie in her mouth, and then the dog picked it up and started trying to eat it.
Ah, teamwork. I like that.
Yeah, I will eat a little bit of humble pie on the politics thing. I didn't think like the Joe Biden thing. Now it's the black lady cop that's taking over for him.
The black lady cop.
The black lady cop that just and it's so funny seeing people flip flop and love her, even though it's like, how many black dudes did she put in prison for personal amounts of marijuana possession?
No, she is like literally the modern equivalent of the African selling his fellow Africans into slavery. Like
Yeah,
that's exactly what she fucking did in California. She used like mass prison labor from like very dubious weed busts. Yeah, you fucking imprisoned someone and like actually exploited their labor because they had a fucking plant or were selling a fucking plant. Fuck
yeah.
you, lady. And then on the other side of things, we have a fucking we have a felon running for the Republicans.
I mean, like the felon thing makes me almost want to like him more, but I just don't like him. Like, it's just like,
no.
I never have. But
No,
yeah.
end of the day, he's a fucking New York Democrat that flip flopped, and
Yeah.
he accomplished more gun control than Obama. Like,
yeah,
I'm
Dude,
sorry, he's never gonna fucking swing around. Like, unless I don't know what the apparent his fucking VP. He chose like another
J.D. Vance.
subservient
It's
dude.
weird that I know that name.
I know, right?
I know fuck all about him.
He's like a fake Appalachian, and then I don't know. People are gonna be upset about that because people are, you
People are
know.
poopy about everything.
Well, here's the thing. Like, we've been getting fucked for like 4 years. It's been a fucking awful presidency. This sucked
Yeah.
dick. This was fucking bad. And
Yeah.
so all of the people that were like, fuck voting and all that, like people just want to fucking win, and they don't care how they get it. They're willing to like completely walk back, you know, like completely ignore the bump stocks thing and basically the complete ignorance and lack of progress for freedom under Trump.
Yeah.
Like the man brought us vaccines and pushed them.
Yeah.
Like really, you're excited about this dude again? He completely fucking bent the knee.
Yeah.
And honestly,
It-
like
my-
despite him being a outsider, like he seemed very under their boot.
Yeah. My mind jumps to just like I knew a whole bunch of those weird Q people back in 2020. It's just the weirdest coping mechanism. And I
So much
remember
coke.
towards the end, it was getting towards like, oh, don't worry, the deep state and the military have teamed up or to fight Xenu. Like,
oh fuck, what's his
he's
name?
going to Trump's going to come down from the Starship Enterprise and fight alongside Boba Fett or some shit. I don't know. It got really, really weird, and
because it was just like a permanent cope mechanism, and
it was, and I get that people needed like hope, but I do kind of think that like people were really desperate and sad, and some of the people I know who were into it were otherwise intelligent people. They just, I think they just needed something because 2020 was not a good time.
yeah, and unfortunately, people are still there. People are gonna be really fucking poopy about us talking about
Shitting on
Trump
literally
in a negative
everyone.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't give
But
a shit.
now it's like robber baron versus slave trader.
yeah,
But the slave trader is also like omnipotent moral busybody, which there's no winning. There's no winning.
no, like, here's my thing. I would prefer a bag of sand in the Oval Office, but honestly, like at this point, I'm waiting for the whole thing to rot. So
Yeah.
really, funny is the big win for me. And
Funny
guess
is the
what?
big win, and
Yeah.
I do think
4
it'd be-
years, 4 years of Kamala Harris as president, not very funny.
No.
More probably just annoying.
yeah.
4 more years of felon Trump. Like the man has tenure. He can fucking do anything. Like he's not trying to get reelected after that, which could be really fucking bad. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But could also be very funny.
It would be very funny, and right now I just want both one to be amused and two, both feet on the fucking gas pedal. So let's fucking go. Let's go. But
if I'm gonna be poor, I might as well be amused.
Yeah. But my favorite way about like big government is the Ron Swanson way of thinking, which is I just want it as ineffective as possible. I want 4 years of absolutely nothing getting done.
Yeah.
Like I want bureaucratic fucking standstill.
The thing is, like I said, Trump was very amusing the first time.
Yeah.
And like, well, quality of life until he decided to initiate Operation Warp Speed and give us all fucking 16 boosters.
Yeah.
Like, shit wasn't too bad.
But on the bright side, though, if everyone starts getting boosters, they'll be autistic like me. So.
And then everyone will reach the same conclusion as us, or
Yes.
or
And
they'll
then
be
they'll
like,
die of I don't know blood clotting or some shit.
yeah, they either go to where we're at, or they believe in like straight up fascism and God help you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to run my life, so someone should decide for me. Excellent. Thank you, Timmy.
Wait, I keep on having to pull the cat off the keyboard. I'm just gonna hold her for the rest of this, I think.
You're
Bond
just gonna
villain.
be in Sky Prison for the rest of this thing.
Casca, you're in Sky Prison. She's like double the size that she was. Yeah, because and we're going to talk about this. I don't know if this is going up tomorrow or this is going to be an after action thing. People have started arriving for the meet and greet, and I'm really excited.
Yes. It's basically like Art and War and Friends. Like all
Yeah.
a whole lot of homies are coming through. Up in Idaho. gonna be shooting the 2 Grunts SHTF-15.
Yes.
And I just got a new plate carrier, so I'm gonna be rocking that.
Hell yeah.
Finally upgraded from my London Bridge Trading
Your
1694.
ancient fucking
I
British
know.
thing.
It's not British.
I
They're made
I
in
thought
Virginia,
LBT
dude.
I thought LBT was based out of the UK. I might be wrong.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I
Well, I as far as I'm aware, they're based out of Virginia.
could it be one of those things where it started in one kind of like there's Sig and then there's Sig Sauer, like
Maybe? I don't know. Like
multiple entities under the same name.
I don't really know much about them, if I'm honest. I bought it way back in the day because I knew the 1694 was like proven, and back then I had this like newbie mentality of overbuilt is best.
Yeah.
Like I need all
Just
of
like,
the
yes,
material.
I need triple stitched Molly
Yeah, exactly.
made of 1,000D Cordura. And
Yeah.
it weighs 30 pounds with no plates in it, but who cares?
Yeah, and like don't get me wrong, for the time, like, and I mean for where I was at in my journey, like I appreciated the fuck out of the 1694. I'll sell
Yeah,
it
no,
on to
they're not
someone.
bad. I had one too.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
When was that?
Actually, more recently than you'd think. After I got involved with Seaburn, but before the podcast.
Huh.
Yeah. The 3/4 inch buckles pissed me off, so I moved to something else.
Yeah, they're fucking like big. So the thing is not elegant, but it is proven. But all that to say, I have now moved on. I've continued my fanboyism for core performance. So
Yeah.
I have gone from like a big heat blanket with the 1694 to like a laser cut, like barely there ultralight minimalist plate carrier. Their Ice Plate Exo Gen 3. It's quite nice, and I'm bringing you a loaner that I managed to get away from them to show that off. So
I'm gonna have
that's
to try
gonna
that.
be really cool.
I'm using the same
And an ice
AWS
plate.
carrier for fucking years, and it's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm just kind of like min-maxing kit at this point.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got some side plates for you, so we're gonna be plated boys.
Fuck yeah.
We'll go do some gay CQB shit with the boys at PSOC afterwards, the local kill house place.
Oh, sick. I have apart from I've definitely talked about this on the show. The only time in my life I have ever done any kind of CQB, it was in mock Afghan and Irish villages.
That's so fucking funny.
In the Stanta training area in
Did they
England.
have just like local actresses that you pull out by the hair while they're screaming and you just like execute them with an L85?
Come here, you Mick bitch. No. That's exactly how my instructor said to say it. No. We like our I was talking about this to Nick the Lefty the other day. Who we just had on recently, but when we were doing that kind of training, was it him? Maybe I was talking to someone else. Anyway, our instructors were wearing fucking tracksuits, and then they had old British DPM webbing on, so like the Woodland DPM.
Yeah.
So that was what Op 4 was for us.
That's hilarious.
And still the fucking officer cadets were opening fire on another section wearing the same uniform as them. Their mates who they had been talking to like 5 minutes prior. Incredible stuff. That's Brits for you. But no, so the last time I did any fucking CQB was like fucking 6 or 7 years ago. And that was like a crash course. So I need to start from zero. And you know, we've had the whole fucking like CQB just frag it discussion on this show before. Whatever you fucking think of it, I would rather have an inkling of knowing how to clear a structure than not. Wherever you are in the world, there are structures, and you don't necessarily always have a grenade. And also, I happen to live in a structure, and I don't particularly trust calling police to come to my rescue, so I would rather know how to move around walls a little bit better than I currently do. So
Well, we'll
There
have
you
to go
go.
to another one. I think OTG is doing 3 classes next year that we'll try and fly you up for one.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Just to get some kind of start on all of that. It's I don't know. I have gone back and forth on that for years and primarily focused on more like field oriented stuff, but
Yeah, it's
just
very
popping the
important to know
cherry.
all of the things. I
Yeah,
think.
no, agreed, agreed.
Like,
And if you
I,
come
I,
if you're in the field and you come across a structure that needs to be assaulted, like okay, now we're doing CQB. Like
yeah,
that's what the world is.
yeah. I just like
Not that I
laughing.
think
I
I'm going
just
to be
like
doing
having
any of
all of
that.
these
Yeah,
silly skills that may or may not have practical purpose.
absolutely. Because you
But
fucking can, and because you
because
live
I
in
can,
America.
because we're in America,
And
and
more importantly, you're a human being. If you're in Myanmar, you should also know that same shit, so you can
yeah,
fuck up some junta cunts.
yeah, man. Did I complain about that guy who always takes classes but he never learns anything? Did I complain
Mm-hmm.
about him on the show yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, he just failed a PRS course. I didn't even know you'd fucking fail. I think I already complained about that, so I'm not going to go. It just frustrates me. It frustrates me.
No, I obviously last episode we put up with our Civ instructor friend. I was listening to that and I was like, man, I wish I had the money to blow on that many classes because like my memory's not very good, and
Yeah,
you know any lapse in training, I lose skill quicker than most. But my
yeah,
god, my notebooks from all the classes I've done are fucking like they're a tactical bible for me. It's written in like basically chicken scratch and only decipherable by myself. But for me, like all the notes I've taken down, I can begin to recall and kind of retrain from what I
yeah.
did, and the
Having
muscle
the
memory.
base of knowledge and
Yeah, like that stuff is invaluable. So even just getting out and like seeing how things are meant to be done,
yeah,
um ideally, and then doing your best to learn under talented instructors. Like I really wish I could be doing a whole lot more of that, but very time poor currently, which sucks.
I understand that. It's oh, dude. I don't know if I haven't decided to talk about this too much yet, but I had kind of in a fever dream a product idea that I'm going to shill for myself, even though we're not going to be selling it for ages, if ever. A idea for how to turn into like a nods mount.
Oh yeah, you showed me
Yeah,
this.
and it seemed so stupid, but I went to my friend Nick at Black Locust Designs and Aaron of Loveless Performance, who we've had on, and we just prototyped it, and I have the prototype, and it fucking works. It works
Oh,
way better than it should.
are we gonna be fucking around with that?
We're going to be fucking around with it. It works unreasonably well for what it is. There's some revisions before we do anything with this design, but like it works unreasonably well
That's
for
fucking
for
cool.
something that was like a meme.
Um, should we share this?
I don't know. No, perhaps not. Perhaps not.
Okay, maybe I'll just blank what the product is, and then we can. It'll be a little tease for the people for a later date. But no, dude, that's kind of it'd be kind of cool to not only do our fucking schizo autistic illustrations and put them on shirts and stickers and slaps and patches and shit. Which I swear to God, people, we're so close to getting the PPTF stuff out the door. Um, but to do hard goods as well, like that's something that I've always
Hard goods
loved.
that no one else does. Like I
Yeah, and
actually think
like
that it has a weird kind of specific use case.
I mean, there's so many people that do like just a few like niche things. I mean, but the best example is like 100 concepts. Like their shit, like I would say 95% like bangers. I see what they're coming out with, and I'm like, ah, fuck. Okay, I gotta get me
Yeah,
one of those. Oh, this thing that you just sent me is pretty cool. Can
it's
you
weirdly cool.
can
Yeah.
you put that on any, or does it have to be this
No,
app?
it has to be at yes and no. The original design, yes, but like very cheap. Not really.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
I'm working on another one that'll mount duels.
Man, you and Aaron, what a combo! I love that
Shouldn't have
shit.
put us together.
I fucking love that shit. And Aaron, loveless performance, Aaron. What a G, what a
Yes.
king. Very excited to be hanging out with him and the rest of the Idaho crew.
I'm looking forward to him launching the RAADS company. I think that's gonna be cool shit.
Oh, dude, yeah, he I think he can really do something with that. And what a shift from bikes to night vision.
I feel like he's got the tism, the good kind where
He's a high score. What was his fucking score?
223,
Based.
like 223 Remington.
The high scoring RAADS test of like our entire audience. Like, if you can beat that with like and without gaming the test, like that is genuinely your score. Start a fucking company and invent some shit.
Actually,
Or you're completely non-verbal and like listening to this show is your only communication with the rest of humanity. It's like one or the other.
based.
Those people probably don't even know how to message in. Actually,
Yeah. No, it's I knew one or two of those kind of guys growing up. They were characters.
Oh fuck. The dude, I've been introducing the RADS test to my work.
How's that going? I want to see
Fantastic.
what your boss gets.
He we'll talk about it. But yeah, I've got I think like 70% of the company to take the RADS test so far.
What's the average score? Like median?
Oh fuck. I think it's probably around 75. There's like a pretty big disparity because you get a few people that end up with like 13 and like weird shit like that. That's like you're probably fucked up in a different way. Um I'm actually on the lower end. My team brain damage, and then we got a whole lot of tism. Like we got a 169 in there.
Based.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Like that's some intellect and uh habits and obsessions.
Yeah.
But no, it's been people are always like a little hesitant. They're like, what the fuck is this? And
Just
then
don't tell them, but then they see it's an embrace autism.
oh no, yeah,
before.
there's no way to hide it, dude. I'm straight up because everyone is in this kind of space jokes about autism and shit, and then and you're like, well, you should take a test.
It's like
That
half of us. Like I think two things. One, you're more immune to propaganda,
yeah,
and two, you probably hyperfixate on technical things.
like firearms,
Yes.
and then you took both your ideas about how the world works and your interest in firearms and tactics and everything that is linked to that to a extreme because you're obsessed and a bit of a retard
Yes.
and now you found yourself here. Welcome.
I'm so sorry.
Come here, brother, we'll hold you tight. No, I straight up, I'm like, everyone around here jokes about being autistic. Put your money where your mouth is, take the test, see where you rank. I really want a Top Gear scoreboard of maybe I should just get
I'll
some,
tell you right now. I will be very surprised if anyone beats Aaron.
See, like I would love to say that there will be a prize for whoever tops that, but I feel like motherfuckers are gonna game the system. So
Yeah.
they gotta not know.
If you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, they gotta not know that there's a prize. But if someone gets that high, by God, I will find them a prize. Plus, at the range day, like, we should just get some like white tape and a fucking board of some description and do a RADS test. Like,
Should I
scoreboard.
pack the whiteboard? I could do that.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we should probably talk a little more about the range day if this does somehow go up beforehand.
I think it can. It'll be like the day before, so
yes.
it'll be a little bit of a briefing, maybe.
Friday on August 9th. Is it August 9th?
Yes.
August 9th at Ferdinand Rod and Gun.
1600 until please hold. 1600 until 2000 hours.
4 to 8 for people who don't know that.
Yeah.
There's going to be monster trucks. Monster trucks.
And hot strippers.
We're going to have hot dog. Nick is actually bringing a little grill. Maybe we can grill hot dogs.
Okay. So
does
so
that
far
break any rules? I'm just going to give.
I don't know. Maybe some lead poisoning shit, but like, and maybe probably some FDA stuff. Okay, yeah, the monster trucks and strippers isn't happening. The monster trucks is very much our style. I don't know. We might talk about dinosaurs. What else?
Yeah, come try guns. Come shoot.
Come try the 2 Grunts Inc. SHTF 15. It's Nathan's looks fucking sick. He's gonna Cerakote his already.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's I set out to do multicam and it ended up just not multicam. It ended up something fucking weird. But
that's for the best.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Multicam is for feds.
Yeah, it's like
confused cam is for Nathan's. Multi-green.
Yeah, it's like multicam tropic, but it's really not. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 shades of baby shit.
Yeah, it does
like
indeed
in a
look
good
like
way.
Yeah, it's kind of like pureed baby puke. But I'm into it. It works. There's gonna be all sorts of people there. Genesis Arms, maybe if we're lucky. G9 Ammunition just messaged, and they're going to have presents, and they're going to be giving some stuff away. Cloud Defensive, who very kindly sent us a light to use for this shoot. There's a bunch of folks.
I ripped my Rain 1.0 off my shorty AR to chuck on my my SHTF, and it's zombie green. Felix was the one that pointed that out to me. He goes, he said something about like the era of zombie green, and I was like,
yeah, when everything was zombie green. Do you want me to fix that for you?
Maybe, except it's rattle can, so you'd have to get that shit off, and it would be nasty.
I got acetone.
Sick.
Yeah.
Fucking maybe that would be.
I don't like sandblasting. It ruins anodizing if you do it wrong. But
yeah, that one started off Life Black, I think. So anyway, so it's zombie green at the minute. The my short AR that people have seen in a few pictures, like that shit ended up like way greener than expected, and because it's somewhat a meme gun, and also like it's a meme gun, but it's also my truck gun. Like if I'm going on a long road trip and I want something to ride shotgun with me, like that little shorty, that's my go-to, and it's really not discreet. Like the second I pull that out, it looks like something from fucking what was that goddamn film with Diane Wood?
Far Cry.
No, Chappie.
I made that. I just thought of the first thing that
Did you ever see Chappie?
Yes. I wanted to like that movie. It had a lot of heart, but it was just not good.
Yeah, Diane Wood, those guys are kind of cunts anyway, so...
Yeah, the whole thing seemed like a de-advert vehicle.
Yeah.
Which was weird because they were already big at the time, and then they just kind of disappeared after that.
Well, they played themselves, but like as different people.
Yeah.
It was like, what? And then the music
Neil
was all
Blomkamp just really wanted to be friends with them.
Yeah, it was some weird shit like that. One of the guys, Ninja, in it has like a spray painted yellow M4, and for some reason, like it's kind of a vibe.
Dude, if you want that shit, just play Call of Duty.
I don't want that shit, but I don't know. Style points. I'm always willing to award style points.
Yeah. Fair point.
But that's also how I ended up with like a lime green short AR that I ended up buying a you were at the gun show with me, the 40 rounder laser engraved that I bought.
Covered in weed leaves?
Covered in weed leaves, and the guy goes, "Oh,
dude, that is the most like black person gun. I love it."
The guy goes, "Oh yeah, it's got that Memphis camo." I was like, "Sold, good sir. This gun is ridiculous, and this is exactly the mag I needed to finish it." He was like showing me the Chick-fil-A mag. I'm like, nah, it's not the vibe, dude. No, this is something special. This whole gun would be the fucking prince of the evidence lockup. Truly a treasure for my local police department someday. But yeah, that thing has been stripped, so the EOTech is going on, the SHTF as well off of it. The slings, Tropic sling is coming off of it. It's
Do
like
you have a riser for the EOTech?
yeah, it's a American
Y-
Defense Manufacturing.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say you know, now you're a Nods boy. Now you're no longer poor. You could probably benefit from that.
I'm still poor. I'm
Poor is in the
especially
mind.
poor because of the knots.
You have dual tubes now.
Oh, I feel like a king, dude. Oh, we just went out camping in fucking Alabama after a range day,
How'd
and
that go?
oh, dude, range day was sick. It was my first time running my new plate carrier, the Exo Gen 3. And then we hung out. It was this campsite like on the edge of a woodland, but with a big like sky view. That was like a massive clearing, like field clearing for that had horses in it. So we were just sitting there chilling, drinking, smoking, and joking, and looking at the stars with some good lads and ladies. Some listeners of the show actually, a few of them. So uh, no, I felt like a fucking king sitting out there rocking duels for the first time, stargazing, um, on my shitty airsoft bump helmet. I'm about to have so much fucking money on that shitty Chinese airsoft bump helmet.
You
Uh,
know what? It worked. I'm going to say something kind of contentious. I don't understand why the fuck anyone would pay. I mean, if they had the money, sure, whatever. But there is not a $600 difference between a $50 bump helmet with an extra $50 worth of padding and a $600 bump helmet.
that was kind of my logic. Like,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna buy some like bullshit AR 500 equivalent. They probably do fucking helmets now too.
yeah.
Some like low tier, like questionable ballistic helmet. Like, I'm gonna go for one of the big boys and like really invest in that, probably like an ops core or some shit when the time comes. But in the meantime, like, I'm not gonna spend hundreds of dollars. And I don't know, someone can call me a fucking idiot for this, but whatever. I feel like it's burning money to spend, you know, unless I'm doing, I don't know what the fuck I don't know what the fuck I would be doing where I would even need a bump helmet where a ballistic wouldn't be preferable. But
Yeah. I mean,
in
they're
my
light
life,
anyway. It's like I would
yeah,
rather, if I'm not doing anything that involves getting shot at, I would rather wear a bump helmet. But you know what my
yeah,
bump helmet is? It's a skateboard helmet with a night vision mount bolted to it, and like a very cheap, simple counterweight.
yeah.
And it works. It works just fine. I'm not saying that people should do that. Um,
And
but like
I'm sure that there is a use case for a bump helmet. It's just
yeah,
not in my world. And so,
yeah.
like, why the fuck would I spend that much money on something? Like, I literally need a platform to put night vision and a counterweight on.
Have you tried the
Um,
tracer head harness?
I haven't. I'm interested. Like, I hate that I want one of those, the boonie and like, what's the tracer thing? The
That is,
tracer head mount?
yeah,
Because
the
someone
tracer head
else
har.
makes the boonie.
Yeah, Carcajou,
But
I think.
yeah, but they're like partnered together. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like the look of that. And
yeah.
honestly, like for the sake, especially with what I've got, like if I'm doing field stuff, like some kind of field training, at the minute, there's really no good argument to having uh a helmet over a like a soft setup that I can scrunch up and put in a pouch because
I would.
there's no well
Yeah,
I have one caveat to that,
yeah.
there's no additional ballistic protection between my bump helmet and my if I had a cloth like skull cap kind of setup, except I do have like an IR beacon mounted to my helmet. But what were you gonna say?
I would make the argument of comfort. Like a very light bump with good pads and suspension is infinitely comfier than
No, that's fair because
yeah,
otherwise you have that shit like ratcheted to your skull, right? Like the strap
yeah,
under your chin. Yeah,
yeah. It's like a good suspension with like 4D pads, or I really like the ones that came with my PGD Arch. I can wear that shit for hours, and
Mm.
you get like passive ear protection and all of that too. Well, not passive, just like clip to the helmet. Like everything's there, but it does take up a lot of space.
Yeah, that's my problem with it. Like, if I'm trying to go as light as possible, like, there's not too much benefit from having a rigid helmet compared to like a soft setup I could just scrunch up and pull my night vision out of like a side pouch or something. I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm just spitballing. People, feel free to shit on me with your arguably much more worldly experience for those of you who've been there and done that.
yeah,
But that's just kind of where I'm at with my setup right now. The airsoft bump helmet is very applicable. Like, it
yeah.
does so far. It's done fucking great, and there's an even more contentious. Oh fuck! I should
Do it.
should we get
Give
into
us your hot takes that people are going to get poopy about.
the? Let's upset everyone.
Yeah,
The Wilcox issue.
yeah. Oh, the G24 knockoffs.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, fuck,
dude.
they work. You replace the screws in that with nylon tipped ones. Like very little of my gear is of any origin other than like Western. But the Wilcox mount, like unless I have I have played with enough real Wilcox mounts to know like I do not care to buy one. This is contract pricing, and I am not a contractor. Like this is something
No,
that
that's my thing. Like,
yeah
when someone, when a Flux Defense or like a 100 Concepts or a Core Performance or like one of these companies that they're doing shit right, they're innovating, and you want to support that shit, like,
yeah
yeah, all day, all
but
fucking day, spend the
yeah
money,
100%.
make
Like
sure those companies are thriving. But when you're like Praetorian Guard, like fucking legacy
yeah, like L3
companies,
Technologies,
yeah,
fucking
a little bit,
Wilcox.
like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like,
Yeah, you
that,
don't
I'm
care about the
sorry,
civilian market. I don't care about putting money in your pocket.
quite right. And like,
Yeah,
you know, make of that what you will. To some people that would be really ugly and like, fuck you. But like, this is the fucking militia industrial complex, dude. Like,
yeah,
I we've been stolen from. Like, our money has been fucking taken out of our pockets to inflate those prices to where Wilcox can charge as much as they do per mount. Like,
yeah,
sorry, Wilcox was never gonna fucking sponsor this show.
yeah,
Like, like, and not that that's the fucking like deciding factor on shit talking them. Like, those people
yeah.
who have,
We meet like a lot of, especially younger guys, defense contractors that listen to this show, like guys who work for companies like Wilcox and L3, and they're all fucking cool. But it's like
mm,
I'm talking about the monolith itself.
yeah, yeah, and like being able to charge the prices they do for stuff that, like, I get it. There's R&D, but like,
Yeah,
fuck, guys, you are taking the piss from and being paid with stolen money and blood money. Like,
yeah,
fuck you, dude. That's your business model, and then, not having any kind of way or any focus at all, or even the concept of trying to proliferate the same stuff to citizen riflemen and citizens in general. Like,
yeah,
unless they're in a fucking police department and they're getting military hand-me-downs.
yeah.
Like, so I don't know.
I've had weirdly good
that's my
luck.
spicy take.
I've had weirdly good luck like sending messages to contractors, and I will not elaborate for legal reasons. But like retailers that mostly deal with police and military, and they're like contact for quote, and I will send my real information, just like yes, Nathan, illustrated so and so, and I will just write concisely and in a professional format, and they will straight up like give me price quotes and be like, okay, yeah, we'll sell this to you. I don't care.
That's fucking. That's you ask for like a quote for one.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Just like minimum order quantity one. I would like one of these very specific, like cable, like PTT cables, or one of these very specific things, or
You
my
just
mind
speak their lingo.
yeah, just
Huh.
speak their lingo, and they if it's mil LEO only, that's up to them to enforce.
Yeah. That's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude.
I haven't
Like,
bought anything that way, but it's very funny to see that you can sometimes.
that's my spicy take. Like,
Yeah.
I'll support people that support us, and if you don't, well, shit. We're trying to have equal capability, so we're gonna try and get that shit however we can.
Yeah.
Like, that's the truth of it. And, I don't want to be supporting fucking, Chinese concentration camp slaves putting together, like, almost equivalent Wilcox mounts to the real thing.
Yeah, but
But,
that being said, I do think a lot of I had a brief little peer into that world from a friend of mine, and there is very much like a tier that is like, I don't know, like Uyghur Muslims being whipped in the back to create things, but generally it's not that kind of stuff. Normally that's just like autistic Asian airsofters creating a market, and like, I don't know, like Jimmy Chen's cousin in Hong Kong has access to a CNC shop, and his cousin, they're both autistic airsofters, and his cousin gets his hand on an actual G24, and they both break ITAR to get it over and get all the parts scanned. It's actually really funny to see how that whole ecosystem works. But generally, it's just like guys in Hong Kong that really like airsoft, that want to make things that you can't really get on the market, and then they get mass produced. I don't think it's as much of a like this is made by an 8-year-old after she left the Nike factory.
oh my god, Nathan, you
What?
pinko fucking communist apologist.
Okay, okay. I am no friend of China. Hong Kong is kind of cool. I've been to Hong Kong, but I do not
Hong
count
Kong
them.
is kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really count them in that whole monolith. That's like a developed ass country.
Oh, dude, they were fucking British until a few years ago. They had
Yeah,
100 years of being British, and it was
Got-
actually nicer for them.
Oh, significantly. No, I went in 2013 and bought a bunch of gear there. Funny enough, because that was their whole thing.
Huh.
Like really into airsoft, really into tactical gear, really into all that. There's a whole subculture around it, and so a lot of that shit was made domestically. I imagine a lot of it still is. I don't necessarily think that I still would not, and I would have a rule against using any of that stuff for like a serious life saving use.
It was more just like at the time, like nice to have, like gimmicky
Yeah.
kind of shit.
Yeah, and like now we're at the point where we all have our own kind of gear that I'd never point anyone at it except for the G24 because fuck defense contractors.
Yeah, yeah. Amen. Fuck defense
Yeah.
contractors. Like,
Yes, but if you do get the clone G24, change out the grub screws for nylon tipped ones, and it'll make the lockup a lot better. I think that was
Oh,
the
man.
like disassembling both the real and the fake. It's the only real difference I can find.
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, there might be some stuff in the metallurgy and whatnot that's probably very important, but I'm not thinking about that.
Yeah, my Wilcox mount is made from like melted down American washing machines that were sent to China.
Oh,
Your
dude,
Wilcox mount is made from
like
fucking
70,
aircraft grade.
75 T6.
Yeah, some real shit. I don't know, fuck it. Like, I'm all about accessibility and proliferation.
I would rather someone puts the $400 into ammo. That being said, I'd never judge anyone for getting a Wilcox. Ever find a deal on one, I'll probably upgrade.
Oh yeah, if you can make that shit happen, props to you. But holy fuck, that would
We're
be
just talking about ways where you and I are cheap asses.
Yes. Yeah, we're justifying being cheap asses. No, I'm just looking at the fucking price now, like $500 for a G24.
Yeah.
Like fucking hell, dude, really? I mean, I get it. It's night vision. It's and I know what people are gonna say. Like, trust me, I've got a really fucking good lanyard. But I don't know. For entry level,
always
shit,
tie that shit down, dude. The first time when I bought a PPS 14 back in Canada, back in the fucking day, first night hike I ever went on, I was looking over down some rocks,
I think
and
you told me about this.
the mount that it was on, and it was a real mount. It was an actual Rhino, broke, and the PBS fell off my head and hit rocks.
Fuck. Was this your PVS 14 or was this like?
It was my PBS 14.
Oh fuck!
And I'd had it for all of like 2 or 3 weeks. It was a Photonis Gen 2 Plus tube, and it wasn't a PBS 14. It was like one of those other kind of PBS 14 adjacent tubes.
Oof. Fucking
Nothing
oof.
fucked. Yeah. No, it survived. It was fine.
Thank fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, tie that shit down. But
Yeah.
especially if you have a Chinese G24.
Yeah. This was my
Um,
American rhino. This was my military surplus.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
there you fucking go. Like anything can fail.
Yeah.
Um, especially honestly, especially with these fucking big defense contractors. Like
Yeah.
they don't give a shit. It's lowest bidder stuff.
Yeah. I think I bought the G24 and like a knockoff JR just to replace it to tide me over until I got another mount. But it's worked since then. That was like 5 years ago. I have broken 2 sets of nods since then. The mount didn't break. The nods did.
Ouch.
Yeah.
The I will say I did increase my the level of tinnitus that I suffer from at the last Naughty After Dark, and it was completely my own fault. Um, we were on the, and this is because I cheaped out on hearing protection for my bump helmet setup.
No protective stuff should be cheaped out. What did you do?
No,
What
I
did
know
you do?
it was dumb shit. It was really fucking dumb shit, and I deserve probably the 5 to 10% decrease in in my hearing
I
from
am
this.
judging. What knockoff shit airsoft fucking headset did you wear? Irmer? You wear a knockoff set of Sordens, you motherfucker.
You motherfucker! Hey, I have since repented for my sins, and I've
What did you
spent the
have?
I bought the fucking liberators that you sent me.
Good.
They were I think knockoff Swordins.
Are you fucking serious?
And fuck you.
Dude, fucking Walker razors are like $40.
I know. Well, here's the thing. Here is the actual thing. So I had my bump helmet set up, just in case someone wanted to loan me like a PVS 14 or some kind of night vision, because Naughty After Dark, it's a night shoot out in
Yeah.
Sweetwater, Tennessee, coming up again. I think the week before Halloween. That's what it was last year, but it's
Yeah.
October, in Sweetwater, Tennessee. So look that up if you're in the region. Lots of cool people are going. But and it was a fucking ball last time. But
Yeah.
anyway, so to kick off the night shoot, everyone gets online. Our camera guy Phil is like standing by me. He's gonna film from the very end, the whole firing line lighting up. We're still to put this episode out. We're probably gonna put it out shortly before this year's Naughty After Dark. But so earlier in the night, I was wearing my fucking walkers. I usually wear my walkers because up until this point, that's the only hearing protection I had. I was waiting to invest in some decent like comms hearing protection. So we get on the line, and I had misplaced my walkers somewhere like after the sunset, and I could not fucking find them for the life of me. So I was like, great, I'm down to my bump helmet, which I know just has shitty Chinese ear pro. So I'm like, well, fuck it. So I put them on, and the seal was not good, and I had no time to get even some like foamies or anything. So I was like, well, fuck it. We only get the shot once, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna run away from the firing line. I should have. That would have been intelligent, but do it for the art. And the people. I stayed on the firing line and dumped a magazine. And yeah, that shit hurted. People were ripping machine guns. Someone was ripping a 50 cal. Like, ouch.
Yeah, it's not fantastic. You've taken a couple years off your hearing.
Oh, brother, I already shot an SA like when I was doing when I was shooting an SA-80 years back. My foamies, one of them right above the fucking breech because it's a bullpup, fell out. And we were doing a section attack, and I didn't want to be the fucking dude who's like, where'd my foamy go? Yeah, in the middle of the fucking thing. So I just kept on going, and
you're gonna regret that one day.
No, that's where my fucking tinnitus comes from. I've grown up very responsibly. I've had like 3 major incidents that have contributed to my tinnitus. That was the second. Naughty was the third. The first was shooting a 22-250. I misunderstood what a 22-250 was at the time. I thought it was like a 22.
No, absolutely fucking not.
So I was a kid, and usually I went out just shooting with a 22 when we went hunting, and my dad gave me a 22-50 loaded. So I had never shot the gun before. And I think I shot without hearing protection. And the weird thing is, I did it between two bushes. It's not like I was between two walls, but it was still like enough compact, like I was in a tighter space, and the gunshot, like it was worse because of the bushes that were either side of me, because it was pretty thick brush. And I fired the 22 250 and realized just how fucking loud it was after the fact. And yeah, that shit sucked. So that caused tinnitus. Then yeah, I've only helped it from there. So I'm gonna be wearing fucking hearing aids by the time I'm like, well, way before I'm over the hill. I'll say that much.
I'm glad you bought Liberators. I think that's going to help a lot.
Yeah, I already need the hearing aids. So the Liberators will be exactly that.
Yeah.
For like field use and shit.
Dude, my contacts make me feel like Spider-Man.
I've never really fucked around with too much higher end hearing protection. I've used Sordens and contacts like a handful of times, but
Yeah.
never for comm stuff.
Yeah.
I use like the British Army, whatever the British Army shitty headset is. But yeah.
I'm using
Anywho.
optical racks in my helmet right now, and they're actually really really fucking nice.
Are those like the Mickey Mouse ones that like pop out?
Yeah.
That's how much do those run you?
I got mine for $200.
I mean, they are pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, the adapter cables are fucking expensive, so I'm not gonna make that money back. But you know, I really like it.
Yeah, it's been something I've been meaning to invest in for a while, but broke boy priorities.
Yeah.
We are. It's so over. We're so back. We are coming up, ladies and gents.
We are coming up on an hour. Actually, we're over that. Yeah.
So,
perhaps we should wrap it up so you can actually pack, so I can see you in like 12 hours or whatever.
So I don't sleep through my flight. That's probably a wise idea.
I'm grabbing breakfast with Aaron and Nick tomorrow morning, and then I'm going to go pick you up.
Oh, are you going to be able to fit a Pelican rifle case in your Prius?
Didn't I do it before? SHOT Show.
Did you? Oh yeah, of course you. Yeah, of course you.
Dude, I fit like 3 people's worth of kit and 4 people's a schizophrenic amount of stuff and all the SHOT Show shit. That being said, Aaron and Nick have both offered to help take things. So,
cool.
well, we'll have a little help.
Yeah. I mean, we need to be able to get all of our stuff down to Boise, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fucking ball, dude. I've been wanting to see Idaho for a while. Gonna be lots of cool people in town.
Yeah.
And get to do a whole lot of shooting, like basically 5 days of shooting.
Yes, so, I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be killer, dude. I'm excited. Yeah. It's gonna be like hanging out at SHOT Show, but without all the exhaustion and obligations and like SHOT Show bleh being in Vegas.
Yeah. It's going to be like friend SHOT Show, but also outside. We need to buy a lot of water for people. I think we'll do that. I'll grab some on the way tomorrow.
Yeah, no heat casualties, please.
Yeah, that'd be bad news.
That would be bad news, Bez. Oh, last thing for people. Need to shout out GOA because I dig those people. We love Ben Sanderson on this show.
I love Ben.
Have you seen Goals? It's a big, like, I'm gonna say it, and GOA and will probably not like this, but it's kind of like an East Coast SHOT Show thing they're starting up in Knoxville, Tennessee.
That could be
it's
cool.
like it's a big old like gun industry trade show with a whole lot of speakers. Like Brandon Herrera is going to be the friend of the show. Carrie Sloan is going to be the. I'm trying to think of who else.
Carrie Sloan.
Yeah,
Wedlow?
Carrie Sloan. She's a stilettos and shotguns, or We the Female.
Her,
She's like a. But yeah, it's gonna be like a really big show. Lots of cool companies gonna be there, and I mean, you know, I think the West Coast, or not the West Coast, the West will always have my heart, but I don't know. I think we need things beyond SHOT Show. SHOT Show.
I think so too.
There's a lot of like legacy shit going on there, and you know, just we need alternatives, and I think GOA are kind of they're the people to lead us in a better cultural direction in terms of you know, not putting major companies' logos on masks and doing weird like COVID shit, and
Yeah.
generally advancing the culture in a much healthier way and bringing together a lot of people who maybe don't want to make it all the way out to shot and be a part of, be one amongst millions.
Yeah.
I don't know, more of a small town vibe, but it looks like it's gonna be a pretty big show. It's like at the Knoxville Convention Center. So yeah. Anyway, check that out if you're in the Tennessee, like East Tennessee kind of area. I'm gonna be probably checking it out. I should be able to make it down. Um, in fact, if you're at the range day, look for me. I'll be around. But yeah, that's I think that's only media and companies. But yeah, if you know, you know, and if you're there, come and seek out the Weird Brit.
Yes.
But anyway, man, I'm looking really forward to seeing you, dude. It's gonna be a fucking blast.
I can't wait. It's going to be really cool to get to hang out with everyone and hopefully not get killed by someone who didn't get the memo. This is not a free fire zone.
PvP has been disabled.
PvP disabled for like 2 days.
I will be wearing plates all the same because some of you motherfuckers are a little concerning.
Every range day we've had so far has been fantastic, though. So I'm
yeah, no.
This is probably the biggest, most structured one we have. You don't need a Fernan membership, by the way. A couple people asked. I should have led with this.
Based. Okay, we should put that on the story too.
Yeah, I feel like we probably should have said that. Yeah. I mean, we booked it. We booked it out.
No, it's gonna be a vibe, dude. But anyway, if you're coming to Idaho, we will see you there. Or if you're listening to this on the way back, thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoy your new skull trophy of my head.
Fucking hell. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you everyone for listening.
I love you.
Until next time, Nathan loves
you.
Okay, bye.